to this demo of Managebac. I'm going to show you today how to upload CAS Reflections and join CAS groups on Managebac. And to make sure that you actually watch this video, I'm going to hide a password somewhere near the end. And this password will be required if you want to ask me any more questions about Managebac and CAS. Okay, so let's get started. The very first step is always to get some good music going. So let's get some Al Campbell. That's a good tune right there. Yeah. Okay. Put that nice and low so you can hear me fine. So the very first thing I want to do from my dashboard is go down to groups. I'm going to select join more groups. And this will bring up all of the groups available here at UWC Diligent. And these groups will already have been created by a supervisor or the organizer of the club or myself. So let's say I want to join the basketball team. Join the basketball team. And here I am now on the home page for this group. But now I have a problem because there's nowhere for me to add my CAS Reflections. And this is the point where many of you come to see me. But there's another step that you have to do. So let's go back to our dashboard just for the sake of clarity. Scroll down to your group manager. Click on CAS. And now I'm in my CAS worksheet. And so this has all the information about CAS documents. It has all the information about the clubs I've already joined and the reflections I've done. And so this is sort of my CAS homepage. So what I want to do now is, after I've joined the group basketball club, I want to add CAS Experience. So here I am. And what a lot of people will make a mistake on is typing in basketball club. But you don't need to do that. In fact, you shouldn't do that. So I'll delete this. What I actually want to do is select an activity from a group. So the basketball team is already there. I click it. And what's nice about this is that I have all the information I need for the basketball team. So the supervisor is correct. The email and the goals are already listed. And they should also be registered as either a creativity, an activity, or a service. While we don't keep track of hours at the college, it is important to at least put in a placeholder of 1. So Managebac will show you from your CAS worksheet whether it's an activity or creativity or a service, okay? And that should already be established from the group. So I need to determine what my approach is. So it's a basketball team. It's going to happen ongoing. It's going to be community-based, and that's what I need there. Now, if this were a service, it's not, but if this were a service, I would be able to put in a number in here and then click the type of service action, either direct, indirect, advocacy, or research. And you'll have noticed when I hovered over the name of the type of service, it'll give you a definition. Now this definition is direct from the IB, so do take that into consideration, okay? So I want to scroll down here and choose my learning targets. Now remember, for your 2-year diploma program, you need to make sure that you're engaging in CASs for all 7 CAS learning outcomes. For the basketball team, let's say I have to grow and get stronger. I want to learn collaborative skills, and I want to learn commitment and perseverance. So these would be the 3 areas that I focus on when I join this basketball club and add my experience. So then I'm going to add CAS Experience. And then I get a familiar page. Now this is not the group page, but it's the page for the basketball team for my CAS worksheet. Okay. Now let's pretend you've already done this and you're ready to add your CAS Reflections. So I just logged into Managebac. Let's pretend my name is Chloe Applebaum, of course. I'm going to go back to your group manager, click on CAS, and here's my CAS worksheet again. Now, I'm going to join the basketball team. excuse me, not already join it. I've already been there. From here, I'm going to add CAS Reflections and evidence. That's clearly not enough for a CAS reflection, but for the sake of our video, that's enough, right? And anyone who knows that I can drain a 3 from way outside, so this is an accurate piece of evidence. Okay, so I already suggested the learning outcomes that I want to focus on for the entire time I'm in my group. But I have to determine whether or not draining a 3 from way outside does all of the 3 things that I've already selected as my outcomes. And I say no, it hasn't. But it has allowed me to show commitment and perseverance in CAS Experience. Oh, no, actually it hasn't. I've identified my own strength and I've developed my ways of growing. Okay? Now I add new entry. So I have my designation of the basketball team as an activity. I designated the type of activity as ongoing and community-based. And here in my reflection, I've shown exactly what kind of evidence I'm providing, what learning outcome I've provided here today. Okay, I drain a 3 from way outside. All right, so I'm going to go back to reflections and evidence. I'm going to do the basketball thing again. And I just want to show you that there's other opportunities to reflect. You can, of course, upload a picture of you actually draining that 3. There's a website, for example, if your group is working to build a website or a piece of a website, this is a good place to add a reflection. So don't feel as if you're restricted to just writing reflection in format, paragraph format. You can actually use these other methods as well. Okay. So here are some guiding questions on the bottom, and that may help you think about what kinds of things you can reflect on, why. I'll go back to this CAS worksheet, and I think I want to highlight why it's really important to follow the steps that I outlined today. People are adding groups or adding CAS experiences that don't belong to a group, and the problem with that is you won't get this overall value of creativity, service. This is an activity. You won't get to see your overall timeline and progression in CAS and the way that Managebac is designed to do. So do make sure that you follow the instructions that I laid out here, because it will make your life a lot easier in the long run, and it will make my life, quite honestly, easier in the long run as well. Okay, so that should be all of the guidelines for adding CAS reflections today. I hope to do more of these videos for you. And the secret is there is no password. You're supposed to just watch this video and learn. Thank you.